Hello, my name is Philip Leeper. Welcome to this demonstration of Talos. Today we're going to focus on scheduling jobs, compliance alerts and the dashboard within Talos. When you're using Talos to create your automation environment, there are many provided activities for each toolkit, which you can use to build and configure your environment. These jobs are usually used within the orchestration engine to manage the sequences of steps. But there are times you might want to run just a single activity, perhaps during the development of orchestration projects or to run an activity just one time. To do this, we can simply select an activity from the list of activities and we can run that activity just one time within the tool, just for a single execution of that job. Similarly, there are times where you might wish to execute an activity once a day, once a week, and as it's a single activity, rather than scheduling this through your orchestration engine, it might be easier just to set up a scheduled job for Talos to complete. You can do this by going to the Scheduled Jobs section. You can select when you would like the job to take place, whether it's every minute, every hour, every day, week, month, the day that it executes on, and the time that you would like to execute it. You can select the job type, and then just select the job details from the wizard. This can be one of the built-in activities, or it can be a custom activity that you've created, or you can simply execute a script on the target machine that you've specified. The scheduled job is created and it tells you the time it's going to run, the status of the execution, and the planned next execution time. Now you'll notice there's another scheduled job here called Default Compliance Job. That brings us on to the next feature we're going to talk about, which is automatic compliance checking and the dashboard. Talos includes automatic compliance checking, which will periodically check the configuration of your target environment against the stored master configuration. If a configuration change is detected, you'll be alerted and be given the opportunity to view the detected change and either accept it or resolve that difference. So let's have a look at this compliance job. It's scheduled to run every day at 1 AM and includes 2 of my 4 middlewares that I have in my environment. Now when the time for this compliance job to execute rolls around, the configuration will be automatically read in and compared with the master for this middleware. I can see these compliance jobs here in the latest activities pane, and I can see that in the middleware configuration deviations tab I have a deviation that's been detected. So I can click to view that deviation and I can see that a new variable has been created that is not in the v5 payload, which is obviously a difference that needs to be addressed. So I can choose to ignore that difference and perhaps go and modify the environment, find out why that configuration has changed, and revert it back to the original version. Or I can accept the change and the golden master will be updated to this current level. I can see in the middleware instances all the previous versions of this environment, so I can see now that version 6 rather than version 5 is now my golden master. And all subsequent comparisons with this environment will be checked against version 6. I can change that if I need to. I can go back to version 5 and set that as my golden master, and then go and modify the environment to reflect that change. Or I can compare with previous versions of the environment directly within the configuration versions tools. And I can see that there is this new variable in payload 6 that is not there in payload 5. Back on the dashboard, there are some other useful pieces of information. We can see the latest activities that have been executed, by whom, and their result status. We can see which are the most active templates, and we can drill down into those and see which actions have been taken and by whom. So this is broken down by user and the individual activities that have been run on that template. There is a breakdown of activity executions by middleware instance. So you can see here test 1 is my most used, and I can view the activity details for that, and I can see that these are the individual activities that are that have been executed on that middleware, and also break it down by user, so different users that have been using this. So hopefully that's given you a good first look at the compliance features of Talos and shown how this can benefit your organization. If you'd like to know more, you can find contact details in the description of this video, and we'd be happy to arrange a demo or just talk some more about how Talos can help bring your environments under control. Thanks for listening.